Tonight, Israel is reportedly showing a willingness to delay a ground invasion of Gaza for a few days at least, to allow for talks on releasing a, quote, large number of the hostages Hamas is holding. If that's true, then the real question we should be asking is, what does Hamas hope to get out of such a delay? Because these are terrorists. They only act out of self-interest, and they're not going to agree to give up a large number of their most valuable bargaining chips without getting something for it. By now, we've all seen the dramatic images of 4 hostages who've already been released, 2 Americans, 2 Israelis, handed over in the dark of night, at times with armed terrorists by their side. Hamas says it released the hostages on humanitarian grounds, as if the same people who, burned the babies and kidnapped families are actually misunderstood and great humanitarians. But what is in the self-interest here? Now, if Israel delays a ground invasion by agreeing to negotiate potentially with hostages, it's not going to stop Israel from going into Gaza, but it complicates the question of when.
Let them stop this aggression, and you will find the mediators like Qatar and some Arab countries like Egypt and others. They will find a way to have them released, and we'll send them to their homes.
Look, that's not going to happen. But it shows just how Hamas hopes to use these hostages, even though Israel has already refused Hamas's demands for temporary halts to airstrikes in exchange for hostages because, quote, they didn't want to create a precedent in which Hamas would release 2 hostages every time it wanted a ceasefire. At last count, there were about 218 that we know of in Gaza. At least 10 of them are Americans. We don't even know that they're in Gaza, per se, anymore. It's true Israel historically gave up an enormous amount for hostages, even dead bodies. In 2011, they traded 1,027 Palestinian prisoners for 1 soldier, Gilad Shalit. But you would think those days of the disproportionate trades are over. So what would a few days give Hamas time to do? Regroup? More time to fortify against an Israeli offensive? Time to move their people out of Gaza via the extensive tunnel network they've built? We know negotiations over the release of 50 more hostages initially failed over Hamas's demands that Israel allow fuel deliveries into Gaza, and yet what seemed like a non-negotiable point seems to have shifted, with the IDF saying today they will allow fuel into Gaza if it does not get into the hands of Hamas, before backtracking later in the day. Joining me now is Mark Dubowitz. He's the chief executive for the Foundation for Defense of Democracies and recently spent 14 months on the ground in Israel working on America-Israel security issues. Thanks very much for taking the time. Appreciate it. All right, so why is Hamas, do you think, pushing so hard for these delays?
So, Dan, I think there are 3 major reasons. The first is financial extortion. The other is psychological political warfare. And the third you alluded to, which is having the time to fortify their position before an Israeli ground offensive. On financial extortion, we know that Iran and Qatar are major funders of Hamas. Hamas actually promised its terrorists $10 million in a free apartment for every hostage they took. And it would not surprise me if Qatar is involved in providing ransom payments to Hamas to get hostages back. So there's a financial incentive. There is psychological warfare. I mean, what they're trying to do is not only try to split the Israelis from the Americans and other countries who are very concerned about their foreign nationals. But this is also excruciatingly painful for Israelis. And it's a form of psychological warfare against Israel to try to undermine the spirit of Israelis and get people second-guessing whether it makes sense to go into Gaza given the large number of Israelis and foreign nationals that are being held. And then, as you said, this is an opportunity for Hamas to actually plan, move fighters, move weapons through its terror tunnels, lay IEDs, the same kind of Iranian-provided IEDs that were used to kill hundreds of Americans and maim thousands in Iraq. So there's a lot of good reasons why Hamas wants to play this game.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.